If you ever hear someone whistling in the woods at night, don't answer. And whatever you do, don't follow it. This story was told to me by my cousin, who went on a camping trip in the mountains of Colorado. There were 4 of them in total. They set up camp deep in a remote forest, miles away from the nearest road, with no cell service at all. The first night was completely normal, but on the second night, around 1 a.m., my cousin suddenly woke up. At first, he didn't know why. Then he heard it. A whistle. Just a simple, clear whistle echoing through the trees. He thought one of his friends was messing with him, but when he looked outside the tent, everyone was asleep. The sound came again, this time from farther away. Then again, closer. That's when he realized it wasn't coming from the camp. It was coming from deep in the forest. He woke up his friend Adam. "Do you hear that?" he whispered. Adam nodded slowly. Neither of them spoke after that. They just listened. The whistle came again. This time, right behind their campsite. Adam leaned closer and whispered, "I think something's trying to call us." Neither of them slept after that. As soon as morning came, they decided to leave early. But when they tried to wake up their third friend, Jake, he wasn't in his tent. At first, they thought he had gone to the bathroom or for a short walk. But 10 minutes passed. Then, 20. No sign of him. They started searching the area. Not far from the camp, they found Jake's backpack lying on the ground. Next to it, something scratched into the dirt. Like it had been written with a finger. It said, "Don't follow." They immediately called forest rangers. 3 days later, Jake was found deep in the woods. He didn't make it. According to the authorities, there was no clear explanation why he had wandered that far into the forest, but my cousin swears. On the last night, he heard that whistle again, this time right next to his ear. They chose that campsite because it was completely empty, but by morning, they realized they were never alone. This incident happened at a national park in California. A couple, Ryan and Elise, went there for a quiet weekend camping trip. They picked an isolated campsite, far from other campers. That night, they sat by the fire, talking and relaxing. Everything felt normal, until Elise suddenly asked, "Did you hear that?" Ryan looked at her. "Hear what?" "Like someone walking." Ryan grabbed a flashlight and checked the area. Nothing. "Probably just animals," he said, but Elise couldn't shake the feeling. That night, she barely slept. She kept hearing something moving around their tent, slow footsteps, circling, over and over again. The next morning, Ryan stepped outside first, and instantly, his face went pale. Elise followed him out. Around their tent, in the dirt, were footprints, barefoot, and not just in one direction, they were everywhere, all around the tent, like someone had been circling them the entire night. Elise immediately said they needed to leave. While packing up, Ryan walked a short distance away to use the bathroom. 5 minutes passed, he didn't come back. Elise called his name. No answer. She waited a little longer, then went looking for him. That's when she found his phone on the ground. The screen was still on. A voice recording was playing. At first it was just wind, then Ryan's voice, low and tense. "I think someone's behind," then silence. Ryan was never found. The case is still unsolved. He was filming his camping trip alone, but when he reviewed the footage, he realized something had been watching him the entire time. This story is about a solo camper who went deep into the forests of Oregon. He had set up a camera to document his trip. The first day's footage was completely normal, but the second night, things changed. In the video, he's sitting by the fire, talking casually. Then suddenly, he stops. He looks off into the darkness. "Did you guys hear that?" he says, even though he's alone. The camera keeps recording. In the background, there's a faint sound, like someone whispering, but the words aren't clear. He stands up and shines his flashlight into the trees. Nothing there. He sits back down. A few minutes pass, then suddenly, he freezes again. This time, he slowly turns towards the camera, and in a quiet voice, he says, "There's someone standing behind the trees. The camera zoomed slightly, and there it is, a figure, standing in the distance, completely still, not moving, not stepping forward, just watching. The video cuts. The next clip is from the morning. The campsite is empty. The fire's out. The camera is lying on the ground. The camper is gone. He was never found. But investigators noted something disturbing. In the final frame of the footage, the figure had moved closer.